Yeah, Soft Winds with Elmo is for on running.
Okay.
And I mean, think of that as a tagline. Soft Winds. The visceral reaction I had to this spot. We'll do some little production.
Don't be so hard
magic,
on yourself.
You gotta watch this.
There's a softer way to run.
Don't be so hard on yourself. What are you gonna say? Janet? Ed, you're it. Look at this.
But I get it.
No, Soft does not win. When has Soft ever won?
What's up, Janelle?
Hey, Bronzy.
We're back at it again.
Back at it again. In person.
In person. Let's
Again.
go.
Look at us.
You on tour. That's what that means.
Yeah, don't get used to it.
I mean, I can't keep up with you these days.
Me either.
You don't know if you're coming?
My eyes are like, yeah.
You don't know if you're coming or going.
I don't know where I am, what day it is, what time it is, but
Nonetheless, we're here. I'm glad you're here. It's
Yes.
so good to be with you again. It feels like old times.
yeah, almost like I live down the street.
Right. We need to, I like this little, what you call it, biocode situation you got going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see how long we can.
Let's
Maybe you come out to Portland next episode. All right.
Who knows? At the rate we're going, we might be able to make that happen.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I'm glad we're back with another episode of Witcha Black Ads. You know what? I thought about something. The last episode, we kind of went into it. We hit that we were with 14th, but we didn't like introduce ourselves or what the platform is to the audience.
Yeah.
Like, y'all need to know what Witcha Black Ads is. So I know that we probably have new viewers, and we probably also have a couple of new listeners as well. And if you haven't figured it out by now, Witcha Black Ads is a dope black ass podcast that talks about marketing and advertising through a black lens. And we talk about those brands that's doing it right and those brands that get it wrong. And then also go into the archive of like the history of advertising and all things black.
Yeah. So that can be campaigns that feature black people, that feature black culture. It really just kind of like is an all-encompassing kind of like blanket joint. So it really runs the gamut what we're able to talk about under that platform and do, with the tools that we have.
Yeah, so this is Witcha Black Ads. Welcome. Tap in, subscribe. You can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts, but then also on 14th and Market's YouTube channel where you can view the episodes now.
Yeah. Shout out to 14th and Market.
Shout out to 14th and Market. Cool.
All right.
You ready to hop in? So we have a segment called Above the Fold, and that's kind of like the top line of things that's happening, like current, what do you call it, hot topics, I guess?
Yeah. Hot topics in the advertising world.
Hot topics mostly in the advertising world. Most of the times it's in the advertising world.
We always tie back to it.
But yeah, we got a list this week. You ready to dive in?
Let's do it.
Cool.
Well, first, go ahead. Go.
Before we dive in,
before we dive
can we
in.
toast to episode 73?
73. Cheers.
Cheers, Amadi behind the camera. Zaza.
Yeah, he has a different vice behind the camera.
Period. What was you about to say?
I was just gonna jump into the topics, but I was like, before we get into like the like advertising of it all and the marketing of it all, just kind of wanted to talk about March Madness. Right, we're in the middle of March Madness. We just watched a couple games last night, and there's a lot going on just from like in the sports world, just in general. So how are you feeling about the action on March Madness, who we're seeing advancing and all the things?
If I'm being honest, this weekend was my first weekend like really tuning in.
Really?
Yeah. I've been like keeping up with like the bracket, but I haven't been keeping up with like the actual games. It's always interesting because like I think we said it last night, when you watch March Madness versus like professional, the stakes are so much higher. You see players playing with so much more heart, and that gets me up. But in terms of like the actual March Madness of it all. I like to see the upsets, like the underdogs come through.
Have there been really any upsets? I was trying to like.
I think
'cause again,
initially, like at the beginning of the bracket, but not so much now as we're getting later into it.
Yeah, but even in the beginning, I was like, nothing really unexpected happened. I mean, I haven't been as tapped in as like, I haven't watched like every single game, but just, I think all the people I expected to be there now are still kind of there.
Yeah. Okay. So who do you want to take it all the way?
Oh, that's a hard one. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
On the men's side, I'm going with Auburn to go all the way.
I ain't paying attention to the men's side.
Okay, who you got on the women's side?
I want them all to win.
Well, that's unfortunately not quite how it works.
That's not how it works. I know, but I mean, UConn is doing amazing. You got Paige over there. I mean, I love Haley Van Lit's narrative, like her story arc from last year at LSU to like now at TCU and what she's been able to do.
Will they play LSU?
They play. Who do they play next?
Because that could be interesting.
I mean, they just knocked out Notre Dame, and I think they play. I don't know who they play next.
We'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah. Obviously, like USC was one of my favorites going in, but with Juju's injury, I'm like, now what happens?
They might, you know what? Sometimes when teams have that big injury like that, it makes other players step up and they like have another reason to fight. We'll see.
Very true. I'm really excited for this next game between LSU and UCLA. Of course, UCLA is the number 1 seed. LSU, got Flagey. They've been talking a lot of shit back and forth. So that should be an exciting one. I don't think either way it goes, it's not an upset. I don't think that there are any other matchups that are poised for like an upset because they're all either like 1 seeds or 2 seeds or 3 seeds.
Right. So it's not on paper like an upset.
Right. But that's the only matchup I've seen in this next round that has some kind of like buzz about it as far as just like the shit talk that's been going on and the history of the matchup and all that kind of stuff. So all of that to say, again, I don't know.
That to say,
I don't have an answer.
No, don't have an answer. Well, the good thing is you don't have to. But speaking of Flagey, we didn't put this on the list, but we talked about it. So I'm putting it on the list in real time. Okay. There's a Mass Mutual commercial. I think it dropped. Like there's also a lot of spots that are dropping in association with or around this time of the of March Madness. And there was a Mass Mutual spot that just dropped, and Flagey is one of the people that they tapped alongside Madison Keys. Talking about the 2 black people. If you don't know who Madison Keys is, she's a tennis player and just won the Australian Open this year.
Run down her resume.
Run it down. The people got to know. And Flagey, obviously, well, maybe not so obviously, has an NIL. Like, I think like this whole ethos of NIL with college athletes is doing really, really well. I'm glad that we're starting to see more athletes able to tap into, our brands tap college athletes and they're able to get paid. Yeah. While they're still in their collegiate careers.
Yeah, and I think specifically with Flagey, we're seeing a lot of like financial based companies with her. Like I saw an Experian spot with her. I can't remember. It might even be with Experian that she's doing something in Baton Rouge as far as like giving either like business owners or families money and things of that nature. So she's kind of on her like financial wave right now, which I love. But yeah, it's been really interesting to see the deals that these athletes have, whether it's the Gatorade spots with like, I think Paige was in there, Juju, Cooper Flag. I mean, they're getting a lot of money, and I love that for them.
I love it too. And like Flagey specifically, I feel like she's also a rapper. I feel like she's setting herself up very well.
And a podcaster.
For whatever life is beyond the collegiate aspect. Yeah. Yeah. That's all I had on that.
Well, that was a lot.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of women in sports, I think about 2 days ago, it was announced that Nike is partnering with Together for a collection around Everyone Watches Women's Sports. I thought that was really dope. I saw a stat the other day that women's sports this year are set to generate like $23.5 billion.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, obviously it makes sense with Nike's So Win campaign and highlighting women in sports to do a partnership like this. And it really shows their dedication and doubling down in that space. But, women's sports is continuing to blossom and grow. We saw that last year with like the WNBA. It's never really been an issue in tennis, I would say. I mean, like compared to the men, yes, but I think that the women in tennis, if I had to like rank the sports as far as like women and how much money they make, tennis was already kind of like high on that list. Right? No? Did I make that up? I can't think of another
I think
sport.
if you think about the last 15 years, that has shifted seismically.
Yeah.
Venus Williams, alongside of a few others, spearheaded a lot of that work because it used to not be equal prize money in tennis.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, looking at women's sports, silo, tennis players were making top dollar as far as sponsorships and things of that nature. Now you're seeing it more in the basketball.
Caveat, though.
What?
Top tennis players.
Well, top tennis players, yes. And I'm just excited to see what other sports that can bleed into now outside of just tennis and basketball. Maybe the track girls get a little bag.
Let's hope so.
I would love to see that.
The track girls should be getting a bag.
Yeah, I'm like on a tirade these days as it relates to track as we head into the track season.
And you should be.
So yeah, that's a space that I will personally be keeping my eye on, just the women's sports in general. And
what is Together?
Together is.
Do we know?
That's a great question. I always thought it was just kind of like a platform that centered around like highlighting women's sports, like maybe you would frame it as like a media company. But I know that I've seen like a lot of their merch and things of that nature with people sitting courtside at WNBA games with like Together shirts that have like the Everybody Watches Women's Sports tagline on it.
Okay.
So I think that they have like a merch.
It's a media and commerce company.
Right.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
Dope. Staying in the realm of sports and brands and women participating in them, have you seen the Adidas spot, "We All Need Someone to Make Us Believe"?
Yeah, we just watched it.
Okay, Rosie, damn.
JK. No, I did see it. But prior to you sending it to me, I did not see the spot. And initially I thought it was just a siloed spot. I saw one piece of the spot, but it looks like it's a longer iteration, and then they were able to break out pieces of it. Yeah.
So I saw like 3 individual pieces. I think it started off with the Adidas Anthony Edwards spot. And what really drew me to it was the use of Fantasia's When I See You in it. Number one, because I thought it was a really good tie back to his feature in the Netflix docuseries Starting Five.
Oh, yeah.
There's a scene in there where he's like hanging out with his family, I think back in Atlanta, and they're like all singing along to the song. And also like that's like the Black Boy Joy anthem.
It really is. It really is. It really is.
I got something that'll cheer you up, Jack.
I go the other way. I just shut it when I'm sleep. Snap back when my knees go weak. What's happening to me?
Yeah. Black men in that song, I don't know how to describe the feelings that it evokes for you all. So to see that in a spot for Adidas was really cool. And the fact that like that spot didn't feature any product either. It's just like his homeboy driving him to a game. He seems a little like out of it. He plays that song to cheer him up. I thought it was pretty cool. Then I saw the WNBA spot for Adidas. And
them old heads, they can't keep up with us. They need to stretch. Get that 1-2.
She said the old heads can't do what?
I come down here, I just get out the way.
She's not taking the charge?
No. She gonna give me a foul trouble.
She says she's left-handed, but she like to go right.
I see why they call Satsui. You know she's different.
We right here. Let's go. Come on, Chelsea.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. You know what? How about you be my trainer? Oh, I like that one.
That might be too much for you.
I mean, everybody knows I do a fadeaway. So I'm just gonna do like a
Still
little.
trying to figure out how to stop it.
Take a little dance with me.
That's tough. You just jump in the air and say, I'll figure it out.
Separation that you create to give yourself a shot. Amazing. Definitely need to add it to my bag.
You do that though. You have a good first step. Nice.
All right, let's finish it up with half court shots. Come on.
Ooh, that look good. Ain't no way.
Then on you.
I thought it was cute, but maybe like a little too like.
It didn't have the same impact on you as the Anthony Edwards.
It didn't. How do I put this? It didn't have like the bite that like I see coming out of like a Nike or even some of the other Anthony Edwards spots outside of this one. It just felt very like kumbaya, and I was just like, huh?
I think the spot in general, like the ethos of the we all need someone to believe in. Is that what it's called? We all need someone to make us believe. Is a bit kumbaya in a sense. It's like, oh yeah, we do need that person in our corner. I think what made the Anthony Edwards one compelling to us is obviously Anthony Edwards, Fantasia, all of that part of it, but the rest of it is very much kumbaya. Like,
Yeah, but when I saw the entire spot with the Anthony Edwards piece in it, it made me like the Anthony Edwards piece less.
I can't disagree with you.
I was just like, oh wait, like this is the strategy now? You know, like going from Anthony Edwards pulling out other Nike, you know, Nike shoes and being like, nah, not that one. You know,
Well,
like
see,
just very,
I feel like you like that because of the drama of it all.
I know. So why would they?
Because it ain't no more drama I mean, it is, but you can't. I think this
I
was.
hate soft shit. That's what it is. It's giving soft to me a little bit. I don't like it.
But it works.
Does it?
Yeah, there's still a story there. Like, I like the campaign overall. I like the messaging of it. I like that it's like one of those top line kind of like campaigns, just like, this is Adidas, this is what we stand for, this is who we are, this is how we show up. Blank, like at a baseline. And then from there, you continue to build on top of it. Then you start bringing in the drama and the.
I guess. But like seeing a gym full of WNBA players like, girl, you need to stretch. I am stretching.
Oh, good. Oh, that was
I'm
a
like,
nice
bro,
handoff.
like y'all not even on the same team. You should want.
Yeah.
I want to see you like, nah, like getting after. If you're all gonna be in the same gym, at least getting after it. You know what I mean? I don't know. It was just too.
Hearing you say that does make me think. I don't disagree. There could have been, but it's okay. No.
Okay. It reminds me of this other spot that just came out, also not on the list. I think it was a Hoka spot. And it features Elmo in it.
I didn't see that.
Wait,
This just came out?
I think so. It features Elmo in it, and it's like some of the. Is it Hoka? Did I make that up? Did I just put that on Hoka? Yeah, Soft Winds with Elmo is for On running.
Okay.
And I mean, think of that as a tagline. Soft Winds. The visceral reaction I had to this spot. We'll do some little
Don't be
production
so hard
magic,
on
but
yourself.
You gotta watch this.
There's a softer way to run.
Don't be so hard on yourselves.
Yeah, what are you gonna say?
Janet? Ed, you're it. Look at this.
But I get it.
No, Soft does not win. When has Soft ever won?
But they're talking about the product specifically.
No, they're not. You got to see the full spot. It's just like they're like breaking down, and it's just like, oh, it's okay to like, you know. I ain't like that.
Okay, so to the ethos of you saying I don't like soft shit, this is not going to work for you.
No,
But what about those people that can't go hard?
get the fuck out the paint. Next. What you mean can't go hard?
I mean, I don't disagree. I'm trying to just.
Who can't go hard? I mean, it may look different for you, but you should always be going hard.
You're absolutely right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Fuck all that soft shit.
You're
Get
right.
out here.
Get me together, cause you're right. I seriously agree with that. Yeah, cause like from seeing it and hearing what you're saying, it's like that spot is for the people who may be like, oh, I can't run anymore. Oh, I'm tired, or I can't run that long. And he's just saying like, oh, just go out there, just do it, just get enough.
That
and then they're doing
doing
that little Cadillac trot in the spot.
That does not inspire me at all. I saw that and roll my eyes like, all right, well, I don't align with the On Running brand.
Damn.
Yeah. Anyway, on to
Elmo.
right.
I mean, good they tapped him. He's soft.
Yeah, he's soft, but like he's also for kids,
So that's just a bad spot altogether.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, you know, not a podcast goes by, not an episode goes by,
And won't.
and
won't.
as long as he's sitting right here
And
won't, where we do not talk about the Serena Williams,
The
right?
incomparable.
It's like, I think it's like in our contract, we
Yeah.
have to talk about Beyonce and Serena every episode.
Correct.
So we're going to figure out a way. This is us weaving in both at the same time.
Yep.
But it was announced that Serena is a new owner of the Toronto Tempo, which is one of the new expansion teams within the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
Love that for her.
I love that for her too. Serena is a boss. She does a lot obviously at this point, off the tennis court with Serena Ventures, her venture capitalist company. But her being owners of sports team is not anything that's new to her. Right. It's been a decade now that she's been a minority owner in the Dolphins. Mm-hmm. She's also a franchise owner of the Angel City. Is that soccer team?
Yeah.
She and her daughter, Olympia, are owners.
Also, we never talked about that. Major League Soccer has been doing like a big one as far as ownership is concerned. There's at least like, while we were on our little hiatus, like Issa Rae was announced as a owner.
I missed that.
Of some team. It was like a couple of people back to back, and I'm like, what's going on over there? In, in the soccer world.
Oh yeah, I totally missed that. And then while you're pulling that up, she's also the owner of the Los Angeles Los Angeles Golf Club. I don't know what that is, but she owns it.
What is it?
Is that the thing that Los Angeles Golf Club?
Okay.
Let me see what this is. Is that Tiger Woods, that league he's part of, where it's like indoor golfing type of thing? It's part of it to simulate it. She owns that as well. Yeah, that's what that is.
Oh, Tim's was the other new owner.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
I think with along with Issa for San Diego FC.
Oh wow. We've been seeing like women's sports is having its moment. We love to see it.
Yeah. Is that women's sports though? I mean, that's women owning sports leagues, but I don't know that it's women that are playing. Whatever. Either way, I think MLS has been doing a lot. I think they had Doechii.
She narrating
their
voice over in the
spot. She also narrated the March Madness joint too.
ESPN.
Yeah,
piece.
Like she getting in her little sports bag. We might have to add Doechii to the list of people that we speak about every episode too.
I mean, she's doing the things, and we should give her things.
Yeah,
everybody should give her things.
I agree.
Because there's a lot of chatter where people are trying not to give her things. But I digress.
Yeah, let's not.
Continuing on Serena.
Yeah, you want to introduce this spot?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and introduce this spot. So, Serena, Lincoln just dropped a new spot.
Literally.
You're not going to do this today. Lincoln just dropped a new spot. It's called Mic Drop.
Okay.
And the spot, it was a spot. It was
a spot. Rave reviews.
Okay, so it doesn't have rave reviews, but I have context. But can you
want to explain what happens in the spot?
Yes. So there's a picture of a Lincoln Navigator. Then you see a shot of Serena. This will be playing if you are watching. You'll see a shot of Serena.
Do you see it's her first? No, you see like raining.
You see, no, you do. You see her the shoe. She has on a kitten boot, and she's walking to the truck.
That's where you first lost me. Kitten boot is crazy.
You were not going to make me do this. She's walking to
You insisted we talked about this, so let's go.
She's walking to the navigator, and then mics begin to fall out the sky, like rain out the sky. Then she gets in the truck, and then it's over.
And then she grabs one of the mics before it falls on the car, and then she drops the mic, because that makes so much sense. Because Serena, notoriously, is like seen with mics, right?
And then there's a song playing, like a beat in the background, like the beat, and it's so like an R&B inspired like type pop song.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened.
Okay.
What happened was Lincoln signed Alicia Keys, or thought that they were going to sign Alicia Keys to do this commercial.
Do this.
And Alicia Keys backed out at the last minute, and they were like, "Damn, we got this concept, right? You know, everybody loves Alicia Keys, right? What are we gonna do? We got all these mics falling out the sky. We already got a treatment. We already got the director booked and everything scheduled. Fuck it. Let's just get Serena to grab a mic out the sky and drop it. Because our car is a mic drop." That's what happened.
Why Alicia Keys?
Because they always go with Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys always shows up.
Alicia Keys is just the one you tap when you need somebody.
Yeah.
She's the one that's going to work.
Exactly.
But would you associate mics and Alicia Keys?
Why would you set me up like that? You're right. No, I wouldn't. Not in 2025. Why'd you do that to me?
Y'all have got to stop.
Can we pull the
Why'd you
cameras?
do that to me?
Can we pull the camera? Can we cut the camera?
Cut the camera.
You set me up and I took the bait. That's crazy.
But I mean,
you have a valid point.
You brought Alicia into it.
So here's the context that I think I've figured out. And this might be a stretch. All right, so if you don't know, when Serena won her first Grand Slam, she bought a Lincoln Navigator.
Okay.
So there's
Great
context
story.
with the partnership with Serena, and that has been ongoing, especially with this new iteration of Lincoln that was probably like 5-6 years. Like they rebranded the truck. So there's a long-term partnership with Lincoln. Lincoln also has pioneered, like before the Escalade was the thing and the big truck and everything that everybody wanted, Lincoln has constantly been the evolution of technology and stuff like that in the space of oversized SUVs, for lack of a better term. Okay. And so at one point in time in culture, the Lincoln Navigator was that girl.
Okay.
You remember in Johnson Family Vacation, they were driving in the Lincoln Navigator.
Yeah, that's when they really cemented themselves in culture. Johnson Family Vacation.
Janelle, if you don't let me get the story.
All right, I'm trying to land the plane.
Okay. So for a long time, Lincoln has not needed a lot of hoopla. It was like, we show up, mic drop, we're here. We don't need to say a whole lot. Serena also throughout her career, being the champion that she is, when she come out on the court, it's done. Mic drop. She's had mic drop moments in her press conferences. I think, they were looking at both of those synergies and bringing them together. This isn't going in.
I mean, it's a loose connection at best.
I'm just trying to get into the minds of the brief. It's not.
No, I'm not rolling.
Not even a little bit?
Not even a little bit. I didn't like it.
I didn't either, if I'm being honest. I wanted to.
Thank you for being honest.
I want to like it, but it just didn't land for me.
I just think, again, like with that story around how connected she is to the brand, there was just way more they could have done than like raining microphones and her grabbing one and dropping the mic.
Yeah, there was no voice. Was there a voiceover or VO?
I don't think so. Maybe. I don't remember.
I don't like it. I want to like it. I don't. That's the hard truth for me.
Well,
she looked good.
Yeah, she did look good. She looked good. The car looked good. They lost me with the microphones.
Raining out the sky on
and
top
the kitten
of that.
boot. Just those two things.
I'll let her slide with the kitten boot.
Okay.
Never sliding on the kitten boot.
Oh,
Thank you, Amadi, for the commentary.
she has given us 20 years on them feet. She said, y'all are not putting me in no 5-inch.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
fair.
I love Serena with all my heart, so
you
nothing
do.
will ever change that. So Serena, if you ever see this, it ain't you.
We have to be objective.
Correct.
Yeah. We're gonna call this segment Tequila Wars.
Tequila Wars. What do we have this week in Tequila
So
Wars?
this week in Tequila Wars, I think right after we recorded the last episode, it was announced that Little Yachty has a tequila seltzer coming out called Yacht Water. Now, what I will say is this. The branding, beautiful. The spot, amazing. The name, great. Where it falls flat is the story. Because even in the spot itself, he says, I don't drink.
Hello world, Yachty here. And for those who may know me, I'm sure you guys know that I don't really enjoy alcohol. But honestly, it's not that I don't want to, I just don't like the taste. Like, I tried them all. And let's just say, none of them made me want to drink. You wanted something better. You wanted something that tastes good. So, we made yacht water. So, we made yacht water. We made this drink the way it should be. Really fucking good. Add a free reposado tequila, real fruit juice, sea salt, and sparkling water. That's it. No fake, all real, everything. You probably think I'm a paid sponsor. Well, your stupid ass is wrong. Yacht Water, it's my company. And I did this for us. Yacht Water. It's the official drink of me, Lil Yachty.
Cut. Yachty, for the last time, it's the official drink of drinking.
It's the official drink of whatever I want it to be.
I don't like the taste
I don't like the taste
of alcohol.
Why the hell do you have a tequila seltzer then?
So here's where this story makes sense.
Okay.
I want to enjoy alcohol. I unfortunately can't enjoy alcohol because I don't like the taste. Therefore, I'm going to make an alcohol where I do enjoy the taste, so then I can enjoy alcohol.
I get that. The other side of the coin is this. Everybody in the world, as we discussed last time, has a tequila. The other thing is, like, I don't know if you've noticed this, but more and more as I'm going out, the non-alcoholic segment of the menus has gotten larger and larger. Gen Z don't really drink like that.
That's true.
And that's his core consumer.
That's true.
So, like, could this have been an opportunity for him to tap in and double click into him not drinking and meet the needs of other people in that realm that don't drink but still want to socialize around a, you know, an experience, like non-alcoholic cocktail or something of that nature? Why would you then make another tequila?
Great points you raise here. I'm sticking to my point where I think he actually wants to consume alcohol, but is unable to because he doesn't like the taste. So he wanted to create something. Because in the spot, he talks about, he says something of the notion of like, it is whatever I want it to be. Like whatever that tagline was, it's not in my mind right now. But I get what you're saying, but I also understand why he went the route of creating a brand that does have alcohol. Because he wants to consume it. I think that's the point.
That's a dumb reason, though, to me. Like, sure, you want to consume alcohol. But the fact remains, like, you don't drink, and a large portion of your segment also doesn't. And everybody in the business has a tequila. This was your opportunity to do something different, do something new, and kind of like be a pioneer in that space. And you just kind of like fell in line. But maybe.
I disagree. Not strongly though.
Okay.
A loose disagreement. But Lil Yachty, he's been like someone. He's not someone that is not used to or has not been tapped by brands or done like several partnerships. This seems like it's the right move for him. We'll see how it does. Are we gonna try it?
Like I said last time, yeah, duh, of course. If we can get our hands on it.
Oh, right. I think it's only being sold right now in like the Atlanta region or something like that. So I'm not going to be pressed to see it, get it. But
have you ever had a cacti? Travis Scott's seltzer, agave seltzer, whatever? Me either. What's going on with that?
I didn't know that it exists. Did. Have you ever had it?
No. I feel like there's a lot of these little products out in the world that's just like,
they don't make it to wherever. Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, if I ever come across one, I'll taste it for research purposes. Same thing with Meg Thee Stallion's tequila, for research purposes only.
Yeah, Chicas.
I forgot the name of it that fast.
I had to scroll down the list to see what it was.
Yes. All right, and then last thing on the agenda for today, we also recently saw the announcement of a Pat McGrath and Louis Vuitton makeup line coming to fruition. I'm kind of excited about that.
Are you?
Yeah, I just want to see what they come up with. She has her own, like, I'm just interested to see like what this looks like, because she already has her independent like brand, right? Or at least she did at one point.
Yeah, it's called Pat McGrath Labs.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah, but then, you know, we've seen her doing a lot of things since like Pat McGrath Labs came out, and I should know that because I definitely in a past life worked on some.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Listen,
like, damn, she does have that.
Things that come across
that
your desk
just
sometimes.
Flashed into my head. But yeah, I want to see what she does with a luxury brand, like with a luxury house like a Louis Vuitton.
I love it for the look of it. Like, I love that, taking a step back and looking at it from like a higher vantage point, like that Louis tapped her. What do you think is, we're starting to see more and more makeup brands leaning into the diversity of it all. Like we've talked about, I think Rihanna was like one of the pioneers of like, oh, we need all these shades, and we have, I'm not going to say it, Win Beauty. We have
Ami Cole.
We have Pharrell, like skincare, Pharrell. Now we have Pat McGrath. I'm sure I'm missing several.
What do I think about it? Like having diverse.
How much of it do we? Is it just going to continue? Are we just going to have a plethora of? And we should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but it makes sense for Pat McGrath as a makeup artist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like, you know, Lil Yachty with a makeup brand just because it makes money.
Yeah.
It makes sense for her brand. So that's why I'm interested in it. But yes, I do think that there will come a point, and we may be creeping up to that line, where the makeup space is oversaturated. Like celebrity makeup lines are oversaturated, but this doesn't register as that to me because of who Pat McGrath is.
That makes sense.
Like if she were going to partner on anything, like what would it be? Makeup. Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is like? Is there like if she has her own line and is doing this line? What's?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm excited to see what they come up with, how they differentiate it. Does this does this,
Is there a clear delineation?
Yeah. Does she keep Pat McGrath Labs? Is Louis Vuitton buying Pat McGrath Labs? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Are you trying it once it launches?
Yeah, why not?
I like it. I'm here for it. Yeah. Go on with your black ads, girl.
Oh, already. She already won it, huh?
I ain't say she won it, but she is doing the black ads, thing. And I'm going to go ahead and tell her she's doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
Yeah.
I think this is your cue. And that wraps up.
I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say about any of these things. Yeah, but that wraps up this week's Above the Fold. Up next, we have the segment where you give me
guess that spokesperson.
Guess that spokesperson.
Yes.
Where you give me a brand that has done something with a spokesperson. I have to guess the spokesperson. You give me 3 clues. I have 3 yes or no questions to ask to help me out.
All right. So this week, the brand is Calvin Klein.
Okay.
Inspired by my walk down Houston yesterday. You know the Calvin Klein board that's like right there? And they had Bad Bunny up there in his drawers. I was just like, well, damn. Okay. So Calvin Klein has been heavy on my mind over the past 24 hours. So first hint. This person entered the music scene at the age of 15, first appearing on LL Cool J's album Mr. Smith at 15. She ventured into fashion entrepreneurship by launching a luxury fur collection called Champagne and Ice in 2004. And she served as a muse for John Galliano during his time at Dior.
Wow. Okay. Calvin Klein, 15. Was she featured on LL Cool J's album? Was there a song that featured her?
Yeah. You mean was she an official feature or she was? Let's see.
15.
Yep.
Did she create her own body of work?
Yes.
I have one more yes or no question.
You sure do.
I need to get this somewhere that's going to get me somewhere. What about the fur line, the fur mink? What was that?
She launched a luxury fur collection called Champagne and Ice in 2004.
2004.
I can give you one more hint if
Yes,
you like.
please.
I don't know that it'll help, but
okay.
She made history as the first female rapper to have back-to-back platinum albums.
Okay. I want to say what's a good is it Lil Kim?
No.
Damn, I knew it was it. Who was it?
Foxy Brown. So close.
That was good.
You were in
that
the
was
right,
good.
right area.
That was good.
Region.
You know what? That was good. I'll give you that.
Thank you. See, I was like, I gotta give hints that feel very specific. Don't reveal too much. Did we say we were gonna retool this? No. Yeah. Yeah, actually it is. Fuck that.
I'll give you tools that weren't too specific. That trying to give you
no hints like this person never put out an album and never did a movie.
Wow,
Guess
that's crazy, Janelle. Okay, cool.
This person has a birthday every year.
Wow, you're really laying it on. Anyway, that was good.
Yeah,
I'll get that to you next week. I got you.
Okay.
When are we retooling?
We always say that we only retool and talk about it on air. And then
Right. Never talk about it again.
Computer shut. Like, see you next week.
Yeah. Well, Foxy Brown. I didn't know that she that fur.
The fur line.
Yeah.
See what it looked like.
You don't know what it looked like?
No.
Did you know that before?
Nope.
See.
So it wasn't my turn to guess.
You're right. Champagne and ice. But don't that seem like it's on brand for Lil Kim too?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that feels right. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll put some little flicks on it of it. So yeah, now it's time we go into Going With Your Black Ads or That Ain't It. And I'll let you do the honors.
Okay. Going with your black ads. I'm going to give that to, I guess, Pat McGrath.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, based on this list, I know we added some extra stuff in here. What else did we add that's not on here?
The Mass Mutual and what else we just talked about it, you know.
Okay, maybe I'll give it to Flage, just in general, for all the financial literacy, just like financial work and the fact that we're in March Madness, and maybe that's the team I want to.
Okay, I can see that.
I don't know, but I don't like the coach. Kim Oki, not my fave. I like Flage though, so giving it to her. That Ain't It. I mean, you guys had to see this coming. I'm giving that to the Lincoln commercial. To the Lincoln's part of it. Serena never.
Right. Right. Correct.
Never.
Correct.
I'm giving it to the reigning microphones specifically.
Okay. I can take that. Going with your black ads, I'm going to give that to. This is going to be surprising. I'm going to give it to Lil Yachty.
Okay.
For the reason being is because I do feel like there's a story in the spot. Mm-hmm. I like that he's solving a problem, even if it is his own narrowed problem. Mm-hmm. I like it. Now, is that going to move the needle in terms of the bottom line and like product? We'll see.
All I'm hearing is that the bar is low. The bar is in hell. But okay. Oh, wow. I mean, looking at this list, I get it.
Okay.
I get it.
That Ain't It. Lincoln.
Yeah.
Lincoln.
Okay.
You have Serena Williams. There's so much that y'all could have done.
Yeah.
There's so much.
Yeah. And sorry, whoever put that together, because, you know, people be getting sensitive sometimes. So I'm like trying to keep it
seriously,
cute.
Yeah,
but,
sorry for,
you know.
Sorry to that man.
Or woman.
Or woman. I mean, I was just quoting Kiki.
No.
Sorry to them. But yeah, that wraps. Amadi, who you got? Going with your black ass, That Ain't It.
Going with your black ads, Pat McGrath. And I would say That Ain't It. Why y'all laughing?
Because you're funny.
It's funny because the way you have to do the mic and then come back to it is like
Pat McGrath Labs.
right. I'm gonna say it.
Okay, now I'm sitting down, so it'll sound better. Going with your black ads, Pat McGrath, That Ain't It.
The kitten boot.
Yeah, the kitten boot. The kitten boot in the Lincoln commercial. That's my That Ain't It.
That Ain't It.
The kitten boot ain't never it.
We can do that. All right, y'all. Listen, thank you so much for listening to With Your Black Ads. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, seriously. Mm-hmm. Comment, say, this is dope, or this ain't it. Yeah. Let us know something. Get them comments up. And share this with your people. Also, let us know what you're seeing out here in these streets. You might hear us talk about it on the podcast. And yeah, that wraps another episode. Until next time.
Bye.
See y'all.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about. God, that's what I'm talking about. It was so black ass. It was black ass.